questions, we settled on the Orange Chorale. So we have started a tradition as of March 2014. And these singers from all kinds of walks of life have come together. Some dropped out, some stayed, and these are the singers who stayed, the stalwart few. These are the singers who understood that joining a choir is making a commitment, and that each class builds on the class that comes before it. So each thing that they learn is like a language. It's like they add to their vocabulary. So they have put together, painstakingly, a beautiful patriotic program in honor of the 4th of July and in honor of Milford's 375th birthday. So even though this is taking place in Orange, it's also a Milford celebration. Some of us are from Milford. We have a slight change in the order of the program, which I would like to announce, courtesy one of our singers, Hank Catton, who suggested we make the change, and I agreed with him, not to put the two most patriotic pieces together. So what we're doing is we're putting We the People, who is part of the preamble to the American Constitution set to music, we're putting that as number 3. And we're putting Moon River as number 5. So Moon River will be just preceding God Bless America, which will be Moon River is the penultimate piece, and God Bless America, the ultimate piece. And of course, if all of you would like to join us at the very end, the rousing chorus at the end, the singers wouldn't mind, I'm sure. Would you? I think they'd be all for it. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to tell you a little bit about each piece. Can you hear me? Okay. I'm going to tell you a little bit about each piece before you hear it. So it'll deepen your appreciation of the piece by giving you an historical context to place that piece of music in. Okay, these were handpicked by yours truly here, your conductor. Small Hotel is from the 1936 musical On Your Toes, with a book by Richard Rogers, George Abbott, and Lawrence Hart. Music by Rogers, lyrics by Hart. And it was adapted into a film in 1939. So while the plot is kind of like your typical 1930s, 1940s plot. While teaching music at the Knickerbocker University, Junior Dolan III tries to persuade Sergei, the director of the Russian ballet, to stage a jazz ballet. And after becoming involved with the company's prima ballerina, Vera, Junior is forced to assume the male lead as Slaughter. Trouble ensues when he becomes the target of 2 thugs hired by Vera's lover and dance partner to kill him. On Your Toes marked the first time a Broadway musical made dramatic, used classical dance and incorporated jazz in its score. On Your Toes was originally conceived as a film and as a vehicle for Fred Astaire. His refusal of the part, because he thought that the role clashed with his debonair image developed in his contemporary films, caused it to be produced as a theatrical performance. Richard Rogers wrote, Astaire, at that point in his career, was a pretty chic fellow who usually wore white tie and tails, and the producer felt that there was no chance in our script for him to appear that way. Astaire thought that the ballet background in the plot was too highbrow for his audience, so Ray Bolger was given the role, which allowed him to rise to stardom. And we need not mention Ray Bolger and how we all know him. The first Broadway revival, directed by Abbott and choreographed by Balanchine, opened on October 11, 1954 at the 46th Street Theater, where it ran for 64 performances, which among the stellar cast included